Hello everyone, it's me Holo, and this time I'm doing a tier list on NPCBOTS and also the player experience for certain classes as I have a good general idea on how they feel actually. So, if you want to know how a certain class feels, I will try to leave a timestamp down for the classes, and besides that, let's go and the classes. First one is a Druid. How are Druids doing? They are okay as a healer. Well, not okay as a healer, they're actually good as a healer, very good actually. Besides that, Feral is useless, can be used as a damage dealer, and as a tank, I'm not sure on how they perform actually. Boomy is okay, I think. I haven't had a Boomy in a long time, as I don't like them. They never were good. They never did some damage. But maybe the custom tier 3 that comes at some point will help them all a lot. Who knows? Who knows? But right now, they are in a mostly healer state, so if you want to take a good healer with you, take 2 of 3 druids with you and you're fine. If you want to just take 1 or 2, that's fine too. There are other classes you can take as a healer. So, which rank are they? As you can guess, better get as a healer. They are mostly healers, they will stay healers for now. Maybe it changes in TBC a little bit, but I don't think so for now. Maybe it will be shown differently at some point. But let's go to the next class. Alright, next on the list was a Mage. How are mages doing? They are doing quite well actually. Damage wise, Frost Mage and Fire Mage are the best. Arcane Mage is sadly a little bit behind, but they can still be taken if you want to. Fire Mage is doing more than Frost Mage, but if you have word buffs on them, they are pretty much performing somewhat the same actually. So it's not wrong to go with both. That's that. Player wise, you can play all 3. All 3 are doing good. All 3 are doing quite good actually, as you can pretty much cap out on 2k DPS as a Fire Mage. Frost Mage just somewhere around 1.6, 1.7k. And Arcane Mage just bursts the crap out of everything and does a lot of damage. That's that. Let's rank the Mage. And right now I would rank them as A tier. You can probably argue and say they are S tier, but right now I feel like they are in a okay spot to be played actually. Let's go with the next one. So, next on the list was a Shaman. And Shaman are actually doing very good right now, as both Elemental and Enhancement. Enhancement right now is doing more damage as a two-hander instead of 2 one-handers, and Elemental overall is doing a lot of damage if you have the right gear on them. Right now, a Elemental is slightly weaker than a Enhancement, but that changes when you have word buffs. As with word buffs, the bots will gain a lot of damage suddenly, and it will make them broken in a funny way. So a enhancement will break the 1.8k barrier with word buffs on. A restoration shaman is a nice heal to have, but I would just have one of them as they are enough. They will help with mana, and overall they are just great to have as they have a lot of good AoE healing and single target healing. Player-wise, you can play all 3 or all 4 as you have a enhancement tank actually too. Right now, the enhancement is slightly stronger than Elemental, but is doing good damage on others. Elemental will need probably will be better if you have a tier 3 set at some point, but for now we have only tier 2, and tier 2 is actually quite okay too. As tier set is helping them a lot. Besides that, the tank that you can play as a shaman is good too. Right now there's only one set for it. What? Yeah, kinda one set, but they can tank up to next if you want to. It's hard because they don't have a lot of things that help them, but they are a good tank to have nonetheless. That's that. Let's rank it. Right now, I would put them in B tier, as you can pretty much just play them yourself, and they are way better than that. But if you still want them for the buffs that they bring you into the group, it's nice to have them overall, as they bring mana, just overall more damage, and also stats if they put down the right totems, that is. That's it. Let's go to the next one. It seems to be warrior. So, next one was a warrior. And how's warrior doing? It's doing quite well, actually. Right now, Fury Warrior and Arms Warrior are doing okay. They are better if you take them as a Fury, but Arms is okay to have too. The damage is somewhat the same without word buffs, but if you take word buffs, they will be doing more as Fury than as Arms. But Arms is still good to take. Besides that, if you want to take a Protection Warrior and let them tank for you, they will keep the threat, they will not lose it. They will also probably not die very fast if you get them the stuff that they need, which means give them some enchants and probably stuff from Weathwax that brings you more health and more healing received, which I forgot the name of. Do I have it? Let's see. Yes, Ascender Vigor is a very good enchant for them to have. Besides that, the playing experience is very good too, as you can play them as both Arms and Fury. Right now, Fury is slightly stronger than Arms, but as a player, I think they are doing somewhat the same if you play it right. It just needs to be learned a little bit, as like it's a little weird to learn. Well, not learn, but you know what I mean. Besides that, tank-wise, a warrior is very strong. I recommend it if you wanna play it as a warrior tank. Go for it, as they can go through whole raids without problems, pretty much. So let's rank them. So, how are they doing right now? I would say it's also either A or it's high B. Let's go like this. It's high B, as you need gear on them. Right now, as a player, you want double Might of Manaphy, because Corrupted Ashbringer is nerfed, and I've tested it around, and it seems like it's actually doing less than with both of those. So yeah, it's kind of weird because a legendary is weaker than a maze from KT, but hey, maybe I should do more testing and find out if it's really the case that they deal less damage with the weapon. That's it. Let's go with the next class. And the next class would be a Warlock. How is Warlock doing? It's quite good, actually. As you can see here, or one, or here. The moment you have World Boss, they are doing quite good. But outside of World Boss, they are quite good to take too. Right now, wise, Warlocks are quite good. They can be taken whenever you want. Having 2 or 3 of them is okay anymore. I feel like would be kind of a waste because gearing them is kind of funky. But besides that, you can take 2, 3 Warlocks and you will be fine. That, can my eyes please stop? Thank you. Besides that, it's pretty much just a good class, as you can even play it yourself. And then if you play it yourself, you can play it either as Destruction or a Affliction Warlock. And Affliction Warlock is slightly stronger than Destruction Warlock in some cases. At least if you play something like Patchwork, it will be better to play Affliction, as you don't have to move too much. And if you play Destruction, it's fine too, as they will get, I think, 75% more damage on Chaos Bolt when the enemy is like 25% health. So they have their own execute phase. Would I recommend taking them as a bot with you? Yes. Especially if you have multiple casters and play your caster yourself, it's nice to have them because of the Curse of Elements. Besides that, just take them because they are nice. They are doing good damage, they are fine, they are not something that you have to be feeling bad about. But besides that, it's right. Let me rate them for you. And rating them will be quite easy, as there will be A tier. Yes, A tier. They're quite strong, they are doing fine. You can probably argue and say they are high B tier, but right now they are doing good as they are. They just need some ramp up time, especially if you have them set as a Affliction Warlock. Otherwise, a demo Warlock is bad. Destruction and Affliction are the way to go. Especially if you have world buffs. That's it. They're A tier. So let me go next class. So, and for the Hunter lovers, I am sorry, but they are not doing very well. As a bots, they are doing around 1k DPS, or well, cap out at 1k DPS with world buffs on, and overall they are not doing very well as marksman or beast mastery. The most damage they will do is as survival hunter, sadly. So it's nice to have one bot, at least one hunter bot, as you can use the pull command that will help you pull certain bosses and so on. Besides that, play it yourself. But even if you play it yourself, they will cap out at 1.4k DPS without specs. Marksman is doing 1.3k and caps out there with world buffs. Without world buffs, it will probably be around 1.1k, 1.2k. So it's not the best, and probably needs a little bit of handholding to be actually very strong. But if you still insist on playing it, play it as a survival or a beast mastery, as that's how they do the most damage. So let me rank it for you. Ranking wise, they are doing not the best. Either C tier or D tier. I'm sorry, but oh god, yeah, it's not good. It's not good at all. I'm sorry. If anything, play it yourself. It's probably better if you play it yourself, and it will probably also be a better experience that way. That's it. Let me go to the next class and rank it for you. So, and the next classes are, or class is Paladin. And how's Paladin doing? It's actually fine. You can either have them as a healer or a DPS, but from a DPS standpoint, they are doing okay. They just need some handholding at first because they need to be hit capped. And if you have word buffs, they will be doing even better than that. Right now, a Paladin is nice to have overall because of the buffs it brings too. But besides that, it's just a class good to have in your group. You play it yourself, good, because it's a good class. Right now, Paladin are one of the few classes that are doing some good damage, even though they only have tier 2 for the custom set. And besides that, tank wise, a Paladin tank but can probably deal with most things alone, right? Well, but player wise, you can, in theory, tank Smolder and Ragnar's together alone without much help. You can solo tank them. I did that before with 3 challenges, but I wiped every time before I could actually kill one of those 2. Sadly, but it's possible. I know it's very much possible. It's hard, but it's possible. Besides that, if you want them as a healer, it's fine too. You can take one healer with them. So if you have Beacon of Light, that's fine. You can pretty much not go wrong with a Paladin. So let me rank them for ya. So, rank wise, it's C tier. Easy as that. You don't really can go wrong with it. Probably let me go with high B. Like this. So they are good to have. You can go wrong with them. That's that. Yeah. And if you want to play them yourself, it's good too. They are a good class. They are a good class. Even if you, and especially if you play a blood elf or high elf, you get the chance to do eye wield, which, from what I know right now, is quite strong too. So if you want to test it and find out how it is, go ahead. I know Paladin is a good class right now. Now, let me go to the next one. The next one is a DK. And DK is sadly only good as a tank. Frost DK is fine too, as you can have the buff with you, but a unholy DK is sadly useless. I found it out the hard way. It's not good. Both are unholy and they are not doing any damage. Frost DK is probably stronger as a bot. It's not good, doesn't feel nice. It's mostly there for the 30% attack speed for the melees. Besides that, if you want to play them yourself, play as a unholy, as unholy is stronger than Frost DK. I've been capping out on 2.1k DPS with unholy and around 1.8k DPS as Frost DK. If you enjoy Frost DK, play it. You can go wrong with. You really can go wrong with it. Both are fine. You can also play Blood DK as a DPS if you want to, because Dinkle gave them a DPS increase in certain abilities as a talent. Besides that, yeah, a good class overall. Can't go wrong with them in any way, and just have fun with them. They're good. I should probably add, if you have word buffs, they will do you a lot more damage. I think I bursted once with 3k and was holding 2.4k after that. So yeah, you really can't go wrong with them. It's a good class, it's strong, like a hero class should, I suppose, but yeah, they are strong. So let me rank them for you. Rank-wise, kinda hard, because you need to put them in D tier or C tier when it comes to damage-wise. Maybe C tier, but besides that, they are not very good. They are kinda as bots when you want them as a damage dealer, but as a tank, they are good. You can go wrong with them as a tank. You don't need a tank, a second off tank, or a general off tank, then go with DK. You can go wrong with that. Now, let me go the next class for you. And priests are, how do I say that? They can be okay as a shadow priest. I had one shadow priest, and as you can see, it's doing 1.1k DPS. My god, I can't speak today. But yeah, 1k DPS aren't a lot, as you can pretty much play it yourself, and as you can see on the first place, that's me with third buffs and pretty much running a shadow priest. So, would you want to run it? Yes. Would you want it as a bot? No. They don't do damage. They need some kind of help, as this girl has a lot of good gear and it doesn't do any damage, sadly. As a smite priest, you can actually deal a good amount of damage too, as I found out. Was it this one? I'm not sure. Not. As a smite priest, you actually do 2.1k DPS, which is funny. A meme spec is quite viable as a damage spec. So if you come across level PVL gear and can put it over to either you want to play a Smite Priest or Shadow Priest, play both. Both are fine, both can be played, both are funny. I find it funny that both Shadow Priest and Smite Priest are viable as players, but sadly as bots they are not good to take. Don't take them, they are not worth. They are just take them as a healer. I mean it. They are good as a healer, both as the discipline and holy, but most likely just go with discipline as they shield is quite good to have. That's it. Let me rank them for you. So, as I said, it's most likely between one of those two. It's not good. It's very bad, but hey, it's something. And for the last one, I will stay here because it's a rogue, and rogue is pretty much not usable as a bot. As a player, it is. You can actually do some okay damage with it as a player, as you will cap out as assassination somewhere around 1.6k, 1.7k. Combat does 1.5k, and sub I have never played on the Ashen Order because it's mostly a PvP spec. Besides that, it's most likely better to just play it yourself and have it be shown in a better light, because bots are not very good with rogue. And that is pretty much all there is to this. I hope this video helps for those who want to know what kind of comp you want to take. Because if I go back to the thingy, okay, as of right now, I'm running everything but a rogue. And that's okay. I will mostly take one, maybe, and that's it. Besides that, you can pretty much take all of the classes. I have 3 healers. Well, not 3 healers. I have 5 healers, 3 druids, I think 2 priests, and that's it. You don't need more. That's what I have been doing. 2 tanks, sometimes 1 tank, as some bosses only need 1 tank, and overall, just go with full damage after that. If you are the one tanking, you can, after tier 2, pretty much solo tank a lot of the things that you are coming across. Is it good? It feels nice to solo tank, as it's possible. Depends on the class that you are playing on. That's that. And before I forget, this is how it would look like for the player tier list, as most classes are viable unless you play 100 and you just briefing. I'm just kidding. Don't worry, you can play Hunter if you want. Play whatever class you want to play. Play what you enjoy, because all classes are viable, and the moment you put bird buffs on the top of them, they will be also quite strong. Most classes will exceed the damage of, I think, 1.5k. Some will be doing 2k, some will be close to doing 2k. It's nothing to feel bad about, but keep in mind those bird buffs will be nerfed at some point. And if that happens, some of these classes won't be S tier or A tier. They will maybe even move down a row, because this is right now with bird buffs on. And with bird buffs, all classes will be doing some kind of more damage. So, without bird buffs, most of these classes will go down a row. Some will stay where they are. Shadow Priest, for example, will probably go into A tier, Warrior will stay A tier, and so on. I will most likely do a change at some point once the update is out. As I said, hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope it wasn't too long. Hope in general it was helpful to see what are good bots and what not. And overall, just have a good day, night, morning, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.